But the truth is, like, I was lying. Like, I never was fucking gay. I never thought I was gay. Not even for a fucking second. I'm not gay. Absolutely not. So I go and I see something like this. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, because so somebody can like be around me and be gay, but it's not COVID, right? It's not like I put my arm around them and suddenly I'm like, you know what, man, this dude is a nice looking guy. Like, that's not the way it fucking works. And so, you know, it's not like some push to start shit. You sure? Yeah, I had people grab my dick multiple times. Absolutely. I slept in a bed with 5 dudes before. Absolutely. I know myself better than anybody. So yeah, I'm not, that doesn't worry me. No, what? No, I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest, right? I grew up Austin, Texas. It's a weird place. It's a weird place. It is. It's a weird place. And so, yeah, people make it their personality. Some people do, right? But they don't need to. But hypotheticals, right? No, I'm just saying in general. But anyway, we can tell your like history that you're not gay. Well, I mean, you could still be bisexual, right? I mean, like, that's it. You could just not like that kind of stuff. But anyway, what I really try to get at here is that people that get mad about this shit are, I think that really it's just young guys. And, you know, you can have young guys, like, I get that, like, whenever you're a young guy, it can be hard to, you know who you are. It can be hard to, you know, like, have an identity. Because it's like, you're worried about, like, oh, well, are people going to see me this way? Or, like, whatever. Hard? No, it is. It can be hard for a lot of young guys. And hey, I'm not saying that it is for everybody, but for a lot of them it is. And so they think that they have to push back on being gay as like a way to assert that they're not gay. Like, nah, bro, you don't really. Like, somebody wants to suck a dick, they can suck a dick and still tell you a joke and you can laugh. It's okay. If you laugh at a gay person's joke, it doesn't make you gay. It doesn't. Right? I mean, that's the thing, right? Because that's not the way it works. Some people get, no, really. So why does it matter? I think that people have like a reactionary view on this because like there's been a lot of people like, you know, I saw like, for example, like there was this gay pride parade and it was like some dude flipping his dick around and there's kids out there. Now, what do I think about that? I think that he should be arrested. I don't care. Like, if you bring your kids out there, maybe arrest the parents too. I think that's a good idea. I think it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. There's no excuse for it. It's outrageous that something like that's in public. And people see something like that, and they see that, and they think, oh my God, I'm in a circus. I better act like a clown. And they see someone like Sketch and they act like it's a big deal, right? They brought him here. Yeah, exactly. And so, but it is public. Yeah, it's public. You don't do that around kids. Like, that's just the way it is. Not even with parental consent. That's disgusting. Like, it absolutely fucking not. Like, that's so bad. And anyway, that does not mean that, and like, that gives people ammunition to be homophobic. That gives, and like, remember what I was saying before about how, like, people are taught not to critically think because the conclusions of their critical thinking will get them alienated from their dogmatic groups? If you have crossed into the threshold that thinking that having a child in a public place with a person who is naked at a parade for doing things that are fundamentally sexual is okay, you have crossed the threshold from logic into dogma. This is not okay. It's not okay, and everybody knows it. In the same way that child beauty pageants aren't okay, taking little kids to Hooters isn't okay. I think it's disgusting. Having kids at like a parade like that, it's disgusting. It's not even a question, right? But the problem is that people don't want to think like this because if they do, they think logically, well, then they come into conflict with these dogmas. And they don't do that, so they outsource their thinking to the greater group. And so what happens there is that you have people that get this dissonance in their head, and so they're already thinking illogically, and they think that this thing is a problem with Sketch. It's not a fucking problem. It doesn't matter. Who cares? But because you have things like those pride parades where you have people dancing around in front of children that in sexual ways, and their parents bring them to that, everybody can see that's wrong. That's obviously fucking wrong. And so they see that, and they lash out at people like Sketch. That's what fucking happens. It's a big problem. You know, sex could be in a kid's head? Yeah, absolutely. Child pageants should be banned too? I agree. I completely agree with you. Absolutely. Hooters is a family restaurant, though. It's a spectrum, and it's not as bad as bringing it to somebody out to see like actual naked people, but I still think it's disgusting and weird. Especially if you're doing it to like kids that are like 9, you know, 8 years old. I've been to Hooters like twice in my life. I love titties and I love chicken, but I don't need them together. I love bacon. I love ice cream. I don't like bacon ice cream. I want to be thinking about titties sometimes and chicken at other times. I don't need to mix everything together, all right? So, yeah. Family restaurant, my ass. Yeah, exactly. Because beauty pageant thing is, yeah, I think that's just the way that's the way I feel, right? That's the way I feel about it. But anyway, so I think this is one of the reasons why you see so much like stupid reaction to something like Sketch. But I'll be real. I could not give less of a fuck. I don't think anybody really gives a fuck. I think that obviously, like, if you're getting upset about this, you got to think about why you're getting upset about this. Like, does this really matter to you? Like, you're letting somebody else that you don't even know control your mood, right? Like, what are you doing? What's the scale of things like that happening in schools? Probably really, really low. Like weird gay stuff in schools, like drag queen stuff, like super, super low. I've talked to teachers about this because, like, I've talked to 2 separate teachers about this straight up. I asked them, so like, do y'all have like drag queens and shit like that in schools? Has that ever come up? Like, because I just asked the question, and they said no, no, we don't do that, right? Like, one teacher went and said that, you know, she said that like if a kid is like a 4th or 5th grade, they ask what the pride flags are and like what being gay is, she'd tell them for sure. But like, it's not like they're teaching like little kids this, which I think is totally fine. That's totally okay. That's what teachers supposed to be there for. So yeah, they still try to indoctrinate kids into trans ideology in schools in some states. Well, then like, but what does this have to do with him? Right? Like, what does that have to do with him? Like, we're not talking about that. And that's what I'm saying, right? Is so like people have like these reactions to things that they think are unreasonable, and they react unreasonably in a different direction. That's what I think happens, right? So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with what Sketch did. I completely support gay people, all that stuff. I always have. I've been very outspoken about this for many years.